as to why he ain't hurrying the hell up, y'all.
You know, guys, I just spent a couple days up at the league meetings, and everyone is talking about Lamar Jackson's extension is the most important extension in the history of the NFL,
Wow.
and here's why. If it looks similar to Aaron Rodgers, Matt Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, everything kind of gets back to normal. But if his contract looks like Deshaun Watson, the game changes forever. When you think about the upcoming deals for Russell Wilson that Denver just gave up multiple picks for, Kyler Murray, who we already know wants an extension, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, all those guys are going to look at what Lamar Jackson does, and Steve Bisciotti just alluded to. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I walk in and say, hey, Mr. Bisciotti, guess what? I am not going to ask for $1 more than Deshaun Watson, but I'm not taking $1 less. So I want $230 million fully guaranteed. And if you don't want to do it, somebody else will. Now, here's what the Ravens are going to say. They're going to say, Lamar, we love you. You mean the world to us. And look at all these other deals. We just looked at it. Mahomes, Rodgers, Stafford. Those are all apples. And we're going to pay you like apples. That one orange, Deshaun Watson, we don't want to be bound by that Browns mistake. So let's stay over here. And what Lamar Jackson decides to do is going to be so impactful on these other quarterback extensions.
You know, it's interesting, Mike T, because in my notes I had, if you go back to last year, we watched Lamar overcome for a lot of the deficiencies that became a part of that team because of injuries. And that's often the conversation attached to quarterbacks, right? When you decide to pay the quarterback the elite amount of money. Is he that good to fill in the void when your team is deprived of talent? And then I thought, well, the Ravens are historically one of the best drafting teams we have in the NFL. So their roster won't be as bad as some teams who do decide to pay their quarterback that don't draft well. But I'll ask you this question. Do you agree that he performed at a level that does erase some of those voids? And with Lamar, would you be cautious giving him that amount of money because of what it does do to your overall salary cap? Or do you think he's a good enough player?
I think Swagoo kind of answered that, Dan, which is I would pay him because when he's a Raven, we have a chance to win a championship. You take Lamar Jackson out of the Ravens now, given what's going on in the AFC, it's going to be a long time to replace him. Now, I'm going to work really hard, Dan, about structure and things like that, but he's a Raven, and we're going to get the deal done. And again, when you look at some of those other deals, there are meaningful guarantees, 110, 150 million, but I think it bears repeating, guys, the Browns increased that amount by $80 million of fully guaranteed money.
I was going to talk, but I got to ask Mike T a question, fellas, because he's our resident GM. Mike T, has it not already changed? If you Lamar Jackson and you sitting back and you saying to yourself, I just watched Deshaun Watson, with all of the things that he has going on, get $230 million guaranteed in the division that I have dominated until Joe Burrow last year.
Right.
Is it already changed? Like, how difficult is that conversation you just talked about to put him in Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, or Patrick Mahomes when he's sitting there seeing $230 million along with what Deshaun Watson is dealing with off the field?
You know, Swagoo, you make an unbelievable point, which is this. Lamar Jackson is going to go down as a great player, maybe a Hall of Famer. He's going to go down as a better agent. By him waiting and by him being patient, something none of us would have done, we all would have taken that money. He just made another $80 million because there's no way, as you just said, Swagoo, there's no way in good conscience he could take less than $1 less than what Deshaun Watson. And oh, by the way, he still has 22 pending civil lawsuits, and Lamar Jackson's character has been beyond reproach. So if I'm him, I walk in, say, here's the deal. Do you guys want to sign it?
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.